All right, so again, today we are going to be taking a look at some of the structures that plants have in order to help increase the chances of reproduction. So last week we started kind of working with this topic, and we were mainly focusing on animals last week. We looked at a few different behaviors that different animals do to increase their chances of reproduction. So let's have someone at table 1 share something you remember. What is an animal that we saw last week, or something we learned, a characteristic or a behavior that animals use to increase their chances?
Birds.
Birds. Okay. Landon, what is something that birds do?
Have fancy feathers.
Fancy feathers to attract a mate. Right. So birds have fancy feathers to attract a mate. Jaden?
They make nests.
And how does that help increase their chances of reproduction? What about their building skills? Say that again, I didn't hear you.
Carpentry.
Okay, what about it?
The better building they make, the more chance of having mates.
That's right. The better building they do, the better chances they are at having a mate. So the males are going to build some of these nests and these structures, and then the female will decide which one they think is better, right? Can you guys think of another one?
Dances. The birds do the dances.
Yes, some birds will do dances. And Kaylin, can you tell us how does that increase the odds of reproduction?
Because when the males dance, the females see if they like to dance with their bright feathers, and she'll think, oh, I want that genius in my child.
Yeah, exactly. So just like what Caitlin said, the males will do a dance, females will decide if they like that dance, she will pick which male to mate with in order to pass those genes on. So today, we are going to be focusing in not on behaviors, but we're going to be taking a look at different things that plants have, different structures that increase their chances of reproduction. So one thing about plants is that, they don't really have a lot of behaviors. There's definitely some behaviors that plants have, but they rely a lot on animals to help them reproduce. Can you guys think of a way that plants rely on animals? How about table 3? We haven't heard from you yet. Natalie, go ahead. Bees, be more specific. What do bees do? Say that again. They pollinate. So what does that mean? You guys need to stop talking.
Pollen from one flower to another.
They carry pollen from one flower to another, and they help to reproduce. Okay? Can anybody think of any other ways? Cam?
Don't the animals eat the plants?
And then what?
Go to the bathroom?
Yeah, so sometimes animals will eat a plant or part of the plant, and then a little ways later, the animals will digest almost everything except for the seeds, and then they will let their droppings out at another location, and that really increases their chances of the seed sprouting elsewhere. Yeah? Say that again? The wind. Okay, so Owen's kind of looking ahead at other methods that plants use to spread their seed. So today we're going to be doing an activity about seed dispersal. And basically we're going to be looking at 5 different ways that plants disperse their seeds. Now, what does disperse mean? Mason, what does disperse mean? Planted or... Yeah, spread it out, different places, right. So seeds that disperse in different ways are basically spreading out in different locations. Why is it beneficial? I'm going to come here, and Billy, I'm going to come to you. Why is it beneficial for plants to be dispersed far away from their parent plant?
If it gets to another location, that plant spreads and there'll be more of that plant.
If it gets to another location, the plant spreads, there'll be more of that plant, yeah?
Because if they were too close all together, some of them won't get enough nutrients to survive.
Some of them might not get enough nutrients. Sometimes they have to compete. So like if a pine cone drops right next to its parent, and that pine cone sprouts and germinates, it's now competing with its parent for sunlight, water, nutrients, and that's not always the best way to be. Okay? So we're going to be taking a look today at different ways that seeds are spread or dispersed. So you are going to be working in your tables, and each group is going to get a deck of cards in a bag. And what I would like you to do, well, I'll wait until I have everyone's attention so you know what to do today. Okay. You're going to be taking the cards out and kind of flipping them over. And what I would like you to do is first off find, oopsie, this is frozen. I want you to find the 5 categories. So we have wind, water, self by bursting, humans, and animals. Is this the correct order that you have in your notebook? Yeah. Okay. So again, let's talk about these real quick. We've got some seeds that disperse by wind. So imagine, think about what structures would be important to be spread by wind. Water. What would make possibly a seed to easily be spread by water? Self by bursting. So that means that the pod of the seed or whatever it is kind of bursts on its own and the seeds kind of spread out that way. Humans. These are going to be seeds that basically spread out by humans. Braden just said farming. Maybe it's something along those lines. Crops that humans would use. And then finally, animals. Cam, you mentioned one way that animals disperse seeds. You said they'll eat it, and then the undigested seed will get dropped somewhere. In that way, right? What is another way that seeds can be spread by animals? Can you think of another way, Jaden?
They lay down in the grass and might get stuck on their fur and it'll move.
Yes. Sometimes seeds have structures on them that will like stick to animals. Like for example, burrs. Yeah, how many of you have been in the woods or live near the woods and your dog comes back covered in all these little burrs? Those burrs are more than just an annoyance, they're a seed. And so that is another structure, another way that plants can spread their seeds for dispersal. Okay? Yes?
What about those weird little spheres of spikes on them that like stick into your clothes and into your skin?
Same thing, like this here. Kind of like this sand burr.
Yes.
Yes. So this is a good this is a good example. This is one of the seeds in your pouch that you're going to be looking at. This is going to go under animals. Really, it could be humans too, though, right? Well. Right. And so the whole purpose of that is that seed will cling on to something, and then hopefully it will fall off farther away from its parent. All right?
They also hurt.
They can. Yeah, they definitely can. Yeah.
I know that in my backyard behind my garage, there's some kind of plant that has like this Velcro outside, and it'll stick to any cloth.
Why do you think that might be helpful for that plant?
Same thing, it sticks to it to deliver it to a different place to go.
Exactly. So again, our whole purpose of this is to take a look at the structures that plants have to help increase their chances of reproduction. So this is our purpose for today, our target. So we really want to take a look at several different seed types and think about their structure and which one of these methods is the best at spreading it. All right? We'll go through one more example. I know that we already did this one here. We already took a look at this. This is a dandelion seed. Look at its structure that it has on a dandelion seed. What method do you think would be the best at? Brayton, what do you think? Wind. Brayton, what about this makes you think wind? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Go ahead, a little louder.
When the wind blows the seeds away, it goes to different areas away from its ground.
Okay, so the wind will blow the seed, and this kind of top of the dandelion seed, that little, it's kind of like an umbrella or a parachute, that helps carry it in the wind. So the structure of that seed really helps to allow it to be dispersed. Okay? I'm going to come around and give each group a packet, and you in your groups, I think we'll just work in groups for this, you're going to have 5 minutes to sort as best as you can. After that, we're going to actually get up and kind of walk around and look at what other groups have done and see if there's things we might change or things we agree with, things we disagree with. Okay? First thing you need to do is find these 5 cards and get them. I would put them in this order so it'll be easier for you to transfer down in your notebook at the end of the period. Okay? All right, once you and your group get the cards, you guys can get started. I'm going to go 2, you 2 will work together, you 2 will work together. I don't care, that's fine. 2 and 2. You 3 can all work together. You 2 can work together. And you 3 can all work together. What? Say that again? We do. I just haven't added anything up there yet. I'm kind of looking to see how the other week goes. Yep, we do. Oh, hey, Chandler, quick question. Do you think we are writing these down yet in our notebook? No. Right. Not writing these down in our notebook yet. We're going to go through and kind of look at other groups before we write the official answers in. Sure, those 2 would be okay. Those we know are correct. So, yes, those 2 are okay.
The self-fiber sting is basically it shoots it out like a shotgun.
It like
That's what I'm thinking. It's just like it shoots seeds everywhere.
so like this violet's doing out of its mouth.
This gives me trypophobia.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put it down.
Trypophobia?
I think a cherry would be cool.
What makes you think that?
Because humans plant cherry trees.
Okay.
And it like.
What do you guys think? Agree, disagree?
Look it up online.
Mason, what do you think?
I agree.
You agree? Fabian? You agree too? Okay. How about Fabian, why don't you take a few here? You take a few, and that way you're all kind of taking turns saying where you think it goes and why. Okay?
Oh, you said I don't know what that is.
Well, I know what a coconut is. Not that dumb.
All done? Okay. You got a good start here. You've definitely got some. I'm going to tell you there's going to be 3 in each category. Look at the structure of that milkweed. Does that remind you of anything? What does it look like?
This thing. This thing.
Mm-hmm. So where would you move that to?
Right here.
And I'm going to give you guys a tip too. Each category is going to have 3 seeds.
I want cattail over there.
Wait, how many plus each category?
Yeah, so each category has 3 seeds in it, if that helps you at all. And you don't have to, Malachi, you don't have to write anything yet. Wait and write until the very end. We're going to go over it, okay? That way you don't have to do all the erasing. How we doing here, ladies?
We're going. I think.
Doing okay?
I don't know.
Okay, I see you have the lotus in the water. Why did you put that there?
Back up. I don't know. You did.
That's right. I'll tell you that. Do you know why that would work?
Looks like a lily pad. It reminds me of a lily pad.
It is. It's part of. It's kind of like that. It's part of it. Yeah. So they live in the water. So in water, it's going to be things that kind of. Their habitat is right near water. Okay. How we doing here?
Fresh out of that lake that you never know where it is. We're thinking.
Wait, coming on this first water, right?
Which one are you thinking about?
Stuff.
Just 1 second. So let me tell you, if it's in the water category, its habitat is probably going to be near water, close by water. Okay? Just a second, I didn't forget about you. I'm just going to shut the door.
Is it technically cheating if I look it up?
Yeah.
Don't look it up just yet. Yeah. I think I have one up here. Hold on. Someone found one on the floor. Let me see what I got. It's okay. Do you have maple? Just a second. Yes. You guys are really, really close. I'll tell you, your wind is good. The other 4 have 1 or 2 incorrect. I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
Can we get it right?
No, let's go. Come on now, guys. Which ones live? Which one?
Technically, the wind could take
Wind
all
is
of them.
air and
Which one are by water?
air, okay, it's logic.
True, but there's only 3 in each group. So,
Right.
which 3 would be
I
like
think
These are no.
by the water?
wind.
No.
Wind.
This one is
When the
self-vibrating.
Okay. Hold on.
When the cattail opens...
Where do you see cattails at?
Near
In
the water.
lakes
Okay.
and ponds.
Near the water. Yeah?
But it blows up.
It does, but then what the seeds, the actual seed
They
parts,
fly away.
they float to a nearby bank. Okay.
These are here.
Because they're spiky.
Yep.
I think that.
Wouldn't wheat be human made up? Yeah.
And cherry and berry. Cherry berry. Cherry berry.
Okay, if I could have voices off, please, in 3. Eyes up here, 2. And 1. Okay, so regardless if you have all of these correct or not, I'm going to have you stop moving them. And what you're going to do is I'm going to have you get up and we're going to look at the other tables and see if there's ones that we agree with or things that we disagree with. Here's what I don't want. No changing someone else's. And please don't write anything down yet. And really, we're just going to kind of get up and rotate. So you guys at table 6, Billy, you're going to move to table 1. 1 will move to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Okay, so everybody get up. You can take your notebooks with you if you want to jot down notes. Well, let's rotate and just kind of take a look at what other groups did.
I feel strongly better.
Here's table 1, Billy. Max. Chandler, you go to 5. So look and see what they did. Do you agree? Do you disagree? 4. And again, you're not going to be moving or changing anything. Just kind of looking to see other ideas of what other students did. Oh, don't touch them. Don't touch them.
Oh, I'm amazing.
I'm finally taller than Rebecca. Don't.
What's the issue?
These 2 go there.
You think so?
They should go there because there's not that many in each one.
Okay. All right, rotate again. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6.
Wait, what's right here?
Oh, sorry. What do we see? How come there's more? Oh, Fabian, you're with your group. Is this the same as what you have? Do you see any differences? Those two, you had those flip-flops?
Oh, and this one was right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, let's rotate one more time.
Whoa, there's two. I'd say this one's good. Animals can go what?
What do you guys see? Are there some here that you agree with? So what about specific ones? What do you think should be moved to the water?
Violet should be moved to don't care.
Well, that's not a great attitude to have. Where should that go?
It's good. But violet should not be on animals.
No, it shouldn't be in animals, but what do you see? What does it look like it's doing?
It looks like it's flying away, so I'd say wind or self-bursting.
Self-bursting, maybe? Okay. Or wind?
The wind could be...
Okay. All right, if I could have everybody head back to their original seats, please. Hey, guys. Come here. Sorry. You need to keep your hands to yourself, even if it's just joking. Here. Braden? I just want to make sure you know you need to keep your hands to yourself, even if you're just messing around, okay? Not in class. All right, if I could please have everyone's attention in 3, 2, 1. I want you to think about what you saw when you walked around from table to table. And think about one thing that you saw that you really just don't understand. You don't have to say what table it was at. Please don't, in fact. But we're going to just have a kind of talk about a couple of these. Max, what's something you saw?
People weren't done.
True, yes. Braden?
People put like 4 or 5 in different columns.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't right because...
There's only supposed to be
3 per column, sure. But let's think specifically about a structure of one that you saw and where it was placed that was incorrect, maybe. Billy?
Someone put milkweed in animals.
Okay, someone put milkweed in animals. Now, why, Billy, do you think that is not an accurate placement?
Well, because you think an animal's going to walk up and eat that? Looks more like if wind blows it, it's going to detach and fly.
Because it looks kind of like the dandelion, right?
Yeah.
How many of you put milkweed in the dandelion?
What?
In the same group, in wind? Did anybody do that? Well, that is actually correct. So we are going to go ahead and change our groups. And now you may write them in your notebook as well. Okay? So, everybody take a look up front. The 3 seeds that fall in the wind category are dandelion, maple, and milkweed. And yes, the dandelion and the milkweed both have similar structures, so they kind of have these parachutes or umbrellas that will fly in the wind. And then the maple. Are you guys familiar with these? Have you seen? What are these like?
They're helicopters.
Right. They spin off the trees, and the wind will kind of carry them and they'll fly. Right. Okay, if I could have conversations wrapped up, please. And let's have our voices off. And take a look up here. We're going to move to water. So, water. Again, think about it. These are going to be seeds where the plant is near a water source. And chances are they're going to need to be able to float away to another piece of land and then kind of bury itself so that it can germinate in the land. Here is water. How many of you got this one correct? I know this table did. Oh, one off. You were close.
Oh, we were one off.
True. You're all right. Hey, guys, can you get these jotted down in your notebook? So the coconut, lotus, and cattail are all seeds that have structures that allow them to float so that water is the way that they're dispersed. Okay, next.
See, there's the right marker right here.
Self by bursting. We've got 3 here. Witch hazel, jewelweed, and violet.
You got that right. Violet and what else?
And the clue on this one, in the pictures, it looks like all the seeds are kind of like popping out. So you can kind of get an idea that these will burst. And then humans. These are the 3 main seeds that are cultivated by humans. The bean, the wheat, and the cherry. And finally, last but not least, are the animals. So these are the ones that either are eaten or they have some way to stick to the animal. So we've got the beggar ticks, blackberry, and sandbur.
Is that really what it says? Jewelry?
And once you get these jotted down in your notebooks, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to actually have you put your notebooks away. We are not done with class officially, but we're going to move on to another activity to kind of summarize this up. So put your notebooks away. Person D, today is your day to put notebooks away. And then person A, how about if you shuffle the cards a little bit for me and put them back on the front desk for me.
Give me your notebook and folder. Right back.
Uh-oh, I
Why would you write coffee?
just right up here. Yeah, when you're done, just bring these right back up here. And I'm looking for a table who is ready to go, ready to move on quickly, sitting quiet. It's like table 5's ready to go. Thank you, table 5. Thank you, table 4. Thank you, table 1.
Sorry.
All right, so in order to kind of wrap this up, we've kind of been talking a little bit about not only the structures on plants, but also behaviors that animals engage in. We're going to do a little discussion activity that is going to get you up and talking to different people in the class. So what I would like you to do, we're going to make kind of an aisle down the middle of the room right here. So tables 1 and 2, push back your tables this way. Same thing, 3 and 4. And then table 5, if you could move yours this way. Nope. Yeah, we might have to stand up. Whoa, guys. No.
Me too. I was actually pushing it.
My chair magically flew over here.
Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to have everybody in these tables, you're going to stand up and face each other. So basically we're going to have, I'll wait until I have everyone's attention so I know that you're all listening. So you are going to be paired up with someone that you're staring at across from. And so we're basically going to have people kind of in lines here, lined up with one another. Now, don't worry, you're going to be rotating so much, you're not going to be with that same person for more than a few seconds. So it's not like, you should be worried about if you're with your friend or not with your friend, it's going to be okay. All right? So what I'd like, table 1 and 2, why don't you guys all stand up? And Landon and Jaden, you guys are going to be the first pair right here. Okay. Lorenzo, Braden, you're going to be next right here. And then Malachi, you're going to come across from Mason right here. You guys stand up. You two stand up. Let's go Chandler, Natalie, and then Cam and Fabian. And then we'll take Brayton and Landon. You guys are going to come actually on this side. Yep, and you're going to go across from Becca and Owen. Right here. And then Caitlin and Hannah, you're going to stand across from Max and Billy. We're actually going to move this. Okay, so if you guys could all kind of stand apart, what we're making is kind of like an aisle here. And this is, no, we're not. There will be no dancing involved. This is a variation of a activity called inside-outside circle. Instead of making circles, we've got 2 rows. So basically, I'm going to be posing a question, and you will share your answer with the person across from you. You will both share with one another. And then after that, I'm going to have you switch, and so one row is going to stay still. The other row will switch. So like if we rotate this way, then Billy, Max, you might have to come around to the front row here. Okay? Basically, the idea is I want you and your partner to both share your answers and then wait for the next question. Okay? We're going to start. This first one's going to be super basic, not even related to science. We're just going to practice this. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is tell the person across from you what your name is. And then tell them, I'm sorry, let's wait until we have the instructions, okay? Tell the person your name, and then I would like you to say what you did over the weekend, okay? School appropriate.
I forgot.
All right, here we go. So we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead and do that now.
My what? My what's up?
Your name and what you did over the weekend. Did you guys finish? You guys finish?
Yeah, I'm Lorenzo. He's great.
All right, now, listening. Kaylin, let's keep your phone away. Next thing, we are going to rotate, and so what we're going to do, this row is going to step 2 people down. So you're going to take 2 steps over. Billy and Max, you're going to go to the front of the line, 2 steps over. Okay? Yep. So Jaden, come on over. You're across from Malachi. There we go. All right, now this time, listening. I want you and your partner, you have to say different things, but you need to describe a characteristic that animals have or a behavior that they engage in that increases the odds of reproduction. Okay? Go ahead. And something that we've talked about or maybe something that you knew ahead of time would be good. All right, here you go. Begin. Hey. Settle down. Come here.
What is yours?
Settle down.
Malachi?
Do you know I just got that all on video?
I said dancing.
Yeah, fighting. It's about the fetish. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Okay. Did both groups get... Hey, Mason, where are you going?
I don't know where he's going.
Where are you going?
No, I'm not.
Okay. This time we're going to rotate 3 down. Same row. Actually, no. This row stays put. This row rotates 3 people down. So, yep, Becca, you need to go down. Oh, hold on, Kim.
I'm letting him go.
And once you're ready, I'll give you your next question. Okay, so this question, what is a behavior that animals do that actually helps the plants reproduce? Describe it. Describe.